Imagine a life where your heart feels full, not from the noise of constant connection or the clutter of possessions, but from a deep, quiet sense of inner peace that keeps loneliness at bay. In a world that's always buzzing, where social media demands your attention, your schedule is packed with obligations, and the pressure to fill your life with stuff and status leaves you feeling oddly empty. This kind of contentment might seem out of reach. Your home is stuffed with things you don't need. Your days are a whirlwind of tasks and notifications, and despite being surrounded by people, you sometimes feel a pang of loneliness, a disconnection from yourself and others. But what if the secret to never feeling lonely lies in embracing simplicity, in cultivating a life so intentional and meaningful that you feel whole, even in your own company? Japanese minimalism, with its profound philosophies like wabi-sabi, danshari, ikigai, ma, kaizen, motainai, and mindfulness, offers 7 powerful secrets to inner peace, helping you build a life of clarity, connection, and fulfillment. Today, I'm going to guide you through these secrets, showing you how to transform loneliness into a sense of wholeness and create a life that feels balanced, purposeful, and deeply joyful. Let's walk this path together with gentleness and hope as you discover how simplicity can lead to profound inner peace. Loneliness is a quiet ache that many of us know, even if we don't always admit it. It's the feeling that creeps in during a quiet evening, despite hundreds of online friends, or the sense of isolation in a crowded room. In modern life, this loneliness is fueled by excess, too many distractions, too many possessions, too many superficial connections that leave you feeling unseen. You might scroll through social media, hoping for validation, only to feel more alone. You might buy new gadgets or clothes, thinking they'll fill the void, only to find your home cluttered and your heart still empty. You might pack your schedule with events, only to feel drained and disconnected. Japanese minimalism offers a different way, one that's not about chasing external fixes, but about cultivating an inner richness that makes loneliness fade. Rooted in centuries-old wisdom, it draws from principles like wabi-sabi, embracing imperfection, danshari, letting go of what no longer serves, ikigai, finding purpose, ma, valuing empty space, kaizen, continuous improvement, motenai, respecting resources, and mindfulness, living in the present. These secrets help Japanese minimalists find peace within themselves, fostering a sense of connection that transcends external noise. By adopting these ideas, you can address the overwhelm, consumerism, and disconnection that feed loneliness, creating a life where you feel whole, connected, and at peace. The first secret is wabi-sabi, the art of finding beauty in imperfection and impermanence. In Japanese culture, wabi-sabi celebrates the incomplete, the weathered, the authentic. Think of a cracked teacup, its fractures mended with gold, or a faded scarf cherished for its softness. Loneliness often stems from feeling not enough, not social enough, not perfect enough, not worthy of connection. You might compare yourself to curated lives online, believing you need to be flawless to be loved. Wabi Sabi invites you to embrace your imperfections as part of your unique beauty, the quiet moments you spend alone, the quirks that make you you. the mistakes that shape your story. By accepting yourself as you are, you cultivate a sense of inner worth that dissolves loneliness. Imagine looking at a worn-out journal and smiling at its dog-eared pages, or forgiving yourself for a shy moment, seeing it as a sign of thoughtfulness. Wabi-sabi fosters self-compassion, which is the foundation of inner peace, and gratitude, which connects you to the beauty of your own life. Try this today. Find one imperfect aspect of yourself, maybe your introversion, a clumsy conversation, or a solitary evening. Write down its story. How does it make you unique? How is it beautiful? This reflection shifts loneliness into self-acceptance, creating a quiet confidence that makes you feel whole. Over time, Wabi Sabi helps you find peace in your own company, making external connections feel like a bonus, not a necessity. The second secret is Danshari, the art of decluttering your physical, mental, and emotional spaces. Danshari comes from three Japanese characters: refuse, dispose, and separate, forming a holistic approach to letting go of what no longer serves you. Loneliness can be amplified by clutter. Physical clutter, like a home stuffed with unused items, creates chaos that isolates you from calm. Mental clutter, like worries or grudges, traps you in negative loops. Emotional clutter, like toxic relationships or self-doubt, disconnects you from authentic connection. Danshari invites you to clear these spaces by asking, do I need this? Do I love it? Does it align with who I am now? Picture sorting through a closet, keeping only clothes that spark joy, or clearing your schedule of draining commitments. Now apply that to your heart. Are you holding on to resentment or the fear of being alone? Danshari isn't about emptiness. It's about creating space for meaningful connections with yourself, others, and the world. A decluttered home reduces stress, fostering a sanctuary where you can reflect and recharge. A decluttered mind frees energy for creativity and presence, reducing the mental noise that fuels loneliness. A decluttered heart opens you to deeper relationships, rooted in authenticity. Start with a 15-minute Danshari session. Choose one category, like books or notifications, and let go of what's unnecessary. Then, release one emotional burden. Write down a loneliness-related thought, like, I'm too awkward, and reframe it. I'm learning to connect. Notice the lightness that emerges. Danshari creates inner peace by aligning your life with what truly matters, making space for connection and joy. The third secret is Ikigai, your reason for being. In Japan, particularly in Okinawa, Ikigai is the intersection of what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for. It's the spark that gives your days purpose, the quiet joy of knowing you're contributing to something bigger. Loneliness often stems from a lack of purpose. You might feel adrift, chasing shallow connections or material goals that don't fulfill you. Ikigai offers a compass to find meaning, not in grand gestures, but in everyday acts. Maybe you love gardening and are skilled at it. Could you share plants with neighbors, fostering community? Or you're a great listener. Could you volunteer to support others? Discovering your Ikigai takes reflection. What makes you lose track of time? What do others praise you for? Write down your answers and look for overlaps. Then experiment. Try one purposeful act, like teaching a skill or helping a friend. Ikigai dissolves loneliness by connecting you to a sense of contribution, making you feel part of a larger whole. It also fosters resilience, anchoring you through solitary moments with meaning. Start small. Journal for 5 minutes about what brings you joy and how you might share it. Over time, Ikigai aligns your life with purpose, creating a sense of belonging that transcends physical presence, nurturing inner peace. The fourth secret is Ma, the art of embracing empty space. In Japanese aesthetics, Ma is the pause between notes, the gap in a painting, the silence that gives meaning to what surrounds it. It's not absence, but presence, a deliberate choice to let emptiness enhance beauty. Picture a Zen garden, a few rocks in a sea of gravel, the space inviting contemplation. Loneliness can feel like a void, but Ma teaches you to see solitude as a gift, a space for reflection and self-connection. In modern life, you might fill every moment with noise, scrolling, working, socializing, fearing that stillness will amplify your loneliness. Ma invites you to embrace space, physically, by clearing a shelf and leaving it bare, temporarily, by pausing for 5 minutes with no phone, emotionally, by letting go of the need to be constantly connected. This space becomes a sanctuary where inner peace can flourish. Imagine a bare windowsill, its emptiness calming your mind, or a quiet moment where you feel your breath, whole in your own presence. Ma reduces stress by lowering sensory overload, creating room for clarity and joy. It also saves money by curbing mindless consumption, easing financial anxiety. Try this. Declutter one small area, like a bedside table, and keep it empty except for one meaningful item, like a candle. Then, carve out a daily Ma moment, 3 minutes of stillness. If loneliness surfaces, sit with it gently, noticing it without judgment. Over time, Ma transforms solitude into a source of strength, fostering a peace that makes you feel connected to yourself and the world. The fifth secret is Kaizen, the philosophy of continuous, incremental improvement. In Japan, Kaizen drives progress through small, consistent steps, building lasting change without overwhelm. Loneliness can feel insurmountable, leading to drastic attempts to fix it, joining every club, oversharing online, or isolating further when efforts fail. Kaizen offers a gentle path, asking you to improve just 1% each day, reaching out to one person, spending 2 minutes in reflection, or challenging one lonely thought. Imagine the relief of knowing you don't need to banish loneliness overnight. Instead, you build habits of connection and peace, creating progress without stress. Kaizen also fosters self-compassion. When loneliness spikes, you don't despair. You take a small step forward. Pick one area where loneliness feels heavy, maybe a lack of deep friendships or discomfort with solitude. Set a tiny goal. Send one kind message a week, or spend 2 minutes journaling about what you're grateful for. Track your progress for a month, and you'll see how these small steps compound into a more connected life. Kaizen also applies to self-talk. Replace one lonely thought daily, like no one cares, with I'm worthy of connection. This rewires your mind for peace, reducing the isolation that fuels loneliness. Kaizen creates inner peace by making change feel achievable, aligning your life with harmony. The sixth secret is motainai, the principle of respecting resources and avoiding waste. In Japan, motainai is a heartfelt call to value everything: objects, time, relationships. By using them fully, loneliness can be worsened by waste, wasting time on shallow interactions, wasting money on things that don't fulfill you, or wasting opportunities to connect by staying in your comfort zone. Motainai asks you to honor your resources. Cherish the clothes you wear, use your time for meaningful activities, and nurture relationships with care. Picture repurposing an old journal to write letters to friends, or spending an hour you'd scroll on social media calling a loved one. This mindset saves money, supports sustainability, and fosters gratitude, which counters loneliness by shifting your focus to abundance. Emotionally, Matanai boosts your sense of purpose as you feel resourceful and connected to the world. Try this. Choose one resource you've wasted, like time on your phone, and redirect it to connection, like writing a thank you note. Then, care for one possession, like mending a torn shirt, and reflect on its value. Matenai creates inner peace by ensuring your life is filled with intention, making every moment and interaction feel rich and meaningful. The seventh secret is mindfulness, the practice of being fully present in each moment. In Japanese culture, mindfulness is woven into daily life. Savoring the taste of tea, feeling the texture of a stone, listening deeply to a friend. It's the opposite of the distracted autopilot mode that amplifies loneliness, keeping you stuck in worries or comparisons. Mindfulness grounds you in the now, where connection and peace live. It complements minimalism by helping you make intentional choices. You spend time with people who uplift you, engage in activities that spark joy, and notice the beauty of your own presence. Imagine pausing to feel the warmth of a mug, hear the laughter of a friend, or breathe deeply in a quiet moment. These acts foster gratitude, which dissolves loneliness by connecting you to the richness of your life. Try this. For one day, pause before each action, eating, walking, talking, and ask, am I present? Does this align with my values? If mindfulness feels hard, start with one mindful moment daily. Sit for 30 seconds, noticing your breath. Over time, mindfulness becomes a habit, amplifying the peace of every minimalist principle and deepening your connections. These 7 secrets, wabi-sabi, danshari, ikigai, ma, kaizen, ma-tai-nai, and mindfulness, work together to transform loneliness into inner peace, creating a life of simplicity, connection, and joy. Unlike the modern urge to fill loneliness with distractions or possessions, Japanese minimalism nurtures a richness within. Let's see this in action through a story. Meet Aiko, a 38-year-old writer feeling isolated in a busy city. Her apartment is cluttered with books and gadgets. Her days are filled with shallow online interactions, and she feels lonely despite her connected life. Inspired by Japanese minimalism, Aiko starts small. She embraces wabi-sabi, cherishing her quiet nature as a strength, letting go of the need to be outgoing. Danshari helps her donate unused items and unfollow draining social media accounts, creating space for real connection. Ikigai guides her to share her writing with a local book club, finding purpose in community. Ma transforms her space. She clears a shelf, leaving it bare, and pauses for 5 minutes daily, finding peace in solitude. Kaizen encourages her to reach out to one friend a week and journal for 2 minutes daily, building connection gradually. Motainai inspires her to repurpose old notebooks for letters, saving money and deepening ties. Mindfulness ties it together. She savors her morning tea, fully present. Over months, Aiko's loneliness fades. Her home feels serene, and her life feels rich with meaning. She still enjoys quiet evenings, but they're filled with peace, not isolation. Contrast this with a life without minimalism. Imagine spending your evenings scrolling, feeling lonelier with each post, or filling your home with stuff, hoping it'll make you feel whole. You attend every event, but the connections feel shallow, and you retreat, convinced you're meant to be alone. Now, picture a minimalist day. You wake in a tidy space, pause for a moment of stillness, and spend your day with intention, writing a kind note, savoring a walk, connecting deeply with one person. The difference is stark. One life amplifies loneliness through excess. The other dissolves it through simplicity and presence. How do you start when loneliness feels heavy? Here's a practical plan designed for busy lives. First, practice wabi-sabi. Write about one imperfect trait, like shyness, and reframe it as beautiful. Second, try danshari. Spend 15 minutes decluttering one category, like papers, then release one emotional burden, like fear of rejection. Third, explore ikigai. Journal for 5 minutes about what you love and how to share it, like volunteering. Fourth, cultivate ma. Clear a small space, like a table, and pause for 3 minutes daily, embracing solitude. Fifth, apply Kaizen. Improve connection, 1% daily. Send one message or smile at a neighbor. Sixth, embody motainai. Redirect one wasted resource, like 10 minutes of scrolling, to a meaningful act, like calling a friend. Seventh, practice mindfulness. Do one task with full presence, like eating, noticing the taste. Set a daily reminder for these actions for 2 weeks, tracking how you feel. If you face challenges, fear of solitude, attachment to clutter, or hesitation to reach out, ask, what's the smallest step I can take? Maybe it's letting go of one item or breathing deeply for 30 seconds. These micro actions, rooted in Japanese wisdom, will transform loneliness into peace. Challenges may arise. Decluttering can stir emotions. If you cling to sentimental items, photograph them before letting go. Solitude might feel scary. Start with short ma moments, building comfort. Reaching out can feel vulnerable. Begin with a low-stakes act, like texting a friend. If you feel you're not minimalist enough, remember, this isn't about rules, but intention. Your life can have vibrancy. Just make it purposeful. As you embrace these secrets, Your home will become a sanctuary, reducing chaos. Your time will be spent on meaningful connections, easing disconnection. You'll save money, alleviating financial stress, and feel lighter, more present. You'll find joy in small moments, a quiet breath, a shared smile, a life lived with care. This is Japanese minimalism, not emptiness, but abundance through what's essential. What's stirring in you now? A flicker of hope, a desire to try one secret, or a whisper of doubt? That's okay. This journey meets you where you are, asking only for one small step. Imagine your life a year from now, spacious, intentional, filled with inner peace. Picture an evening where you feel whole, connected to yourself and the world. This path is yours, leading to a life that feels like home. What will your first step be? First step be? First step be? First step